Okay, so we're back, and this time making a learning skill form. So same thing as before. You can either start from your Google Drive. Up here in the top left-hand corner, new button, slide down all the way to the more, and then new menu pops up, Google Forms appears. Or again, if you just type in forms.google.com, you'll be brought to this screen with the additional step of having to press the blank button right here. Similar to the student observation form, give it a title first, so learning skills. Again, you can put in the year if you want. Not necessary if you're going to reuse the form year after year, but that's up to you. And again, click in the top left-hand corner and you will create the title for the document. First question again will be student name. So you're going to want to input the student name or title the question student name. And want to put a drop-down menu in. Again, student 1, student 2, 3, and we'll just do 4 students. We're going to head over to the right-hand side here and add another question. So the second question, rather than be subject, we're going to create a drop-down menu, but this time we're going to title the question learning skills, or learning skill. So first learning skill, we'll put in responsibility. Hopefully you can spell it correctly. There we go. We'll put in initiative, independent work, and then we're going to put in collaboration, organization, and finally the all-important self-regulation. And at this point, we add another question in, and we're going to add a scale. Yeah, let's add in a scale. And we can label it 1 to 4, or we can label it 1 to 5, or if you want to, you can choose another drop-down menu, and rather than use a scale to represent the letters, you can put in the achieved or observed level. Option 1 being your N, option 2 being your S for satisfactory, G for good, and finally E for excellent. And then last but not least, you can put in observation. So observation. It will automatically change it to a paragraph answer. Now, one thing that I did add to mine was a quick question called parents advised, question mark, multiple choice, and I'm just going to add all with suggestions, yes, no, and maybe. I'm going to delete the maybe though. It's either yes or no. And then if you want, you can add in a time. Now, every entry into these will be time stamped, but sometimes you put in the information into a form, but you call the parents later, or you call the parents prior to this and then you enter in the form. Either way, you can just put in time advised, time stamps it, as well as putting in the time that you advised the parents. You don't have to do this, it's just something I added in. And so now, again, if we head up to our preview, here is the form. So I can, moment's notice, click on student, click on initiative, achieved level, let's call it a G, and say really happy with the way student one worked at answering his own questions today and relied very little on his teacher. He came to ask for advice, but only when really pressed. Okay, and then we're going to submit that. And parents advised no, although you can always advise them when something awesome happens. And click submit. Okay, so once again, what this does is in your responses tab where you created your questions, there's your responses. And once again, that green Norwegian flag pops up. And this is where you would create your spreadsheet. So create new spreadsheet, create the spreadsheet. And now every time you enter in data into your student observation and learning skills form, it will drop that into a spreadsheet that is entirely filterable, searchable. You can even graph results from this point forward if you want. I will show you how to do that in the second part of the learning skills video. This I find super useful when filling out reports. If I want to focus on a couple of learning skills for the first term, then I can filter for those learning skills. But again, I will get to that in the second form learning skill video.